Hi, I'm Erica Auen with HomeSmart Realty West, and I'm here with WFG Title. We're talking about things that you should be concerned about things that title insurance might not cover. In the news recently, we've heard a lot about tax sales, but I wanted to get some more information about really what that means for your protection for the ownership of that property. Go ahead and turn it over to you guys.
I'm Marie Castillo. I'm one of the title officers at WFG National Title.
And I'm Randy Lipsey. I'm with WFG National Title, one of the outside sales reps here in San Diego.
As far as tax sales are concerned, title companies have different underwriting guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
For WFG National Title, we have a very conservative approach when it comes to tax sales. One of the things that is of a concern is it's not your typical judicial foreclosure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherein if it was a deed of trust, notices get sent out to interested parties, lenders, borrowers, trustees, subordinate lenders, that kind of thing. For a tax sale, we don't know what the actual notices are sent out to any interested parties. So we don't have we're not privy to that documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, as far as tax sales are concerned, the conservative approach that we've been letting people know is the tax sale has to be more than 5 years old. And when I say the tax sale, I mean the recordation of the tax deed to a third party has to be 5 years or older.
Okay.
We require a tax certificate, which is issued by Title Tax Services. They are known for providing certificates because they actually physically are able to get the documentation that we don't have access to
Mm-hmm.
through the tax collector's office, and they provide a certificate that states that the interested parties have been notified, as
Mm-hmm.
far as that sale that happened 5 years ago. A lot of these tax sales that we've seen recorded are not typically single family homes, right? They're not properties that have improvements on them. Typically, a lot of them are vacant land, out in wherever, that maybe the owner had passed away and their heirs didn't know that, dad owned a, vacant piece of property. Therefore, that's why it's really important that we get this tax certificate, because if there are possible heirs of that decedent that didn't know about it, they would get notification through tax title services.
Well, and unlike your conventional loan that gets foreclosed on, let's say, this is where it comes up. It's like tax foreclosures usually. Oftentimes it's investor people that are looking to buy property, and like she said, we're usually 9 times out of 10 we're going to say we can't do title insurance for a given amount of time, 5+ years.
Yes.
And the reason is because if you're given lender foreclose on a property, it's kind of it's a done deal. Like they own the property now, and they can do it's on their books. They can do what they want. When a government entity does that via foreclosing for the tax purposes, they actually are stipulations that allow for the original owner to come back, rectify the situation in terms of taxes over a given amount of time, somewhere around 5+5-ish years,
Right.
And then get the property back. So theoretically, what the number one thing title does is say, hey, Mr. Buyer, you have a clean title on this property.
Right.
We can't say that about that, because potentially this original owner could come back, pay his taxes, and now get the property back.
Okay.
And you would have no say in that at all. You just, and so therefore, if you were theoretically to buy that property and hold on to it and then improve it, potentially any money that you put in terms of improvements is out the window.
Right.
So that's why it can be a pretty volatile situation. And so, we kind of take the conservative approach of not really touching them unless an ample amount of time has gone by.
In between, yes.
In between, yeah. So there you go.
Right. No, I think that's really important to know, because when you're purchasing a property, one of the biggest things, right, is you want to make sure you have clean
You actually
clean
own it.
title, that you own it in its
Yes.
entirety. So
Definitely.
something to consider when you're looking at the different options out there, whether you want to go for a traditional sale, foreclosure, or tax auction. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Be happy to help. I'll put our contact information below.
Thank you.
Thank you.